Hello, I am Monster Gamer, and welcome back to the Zero Escape Virtue Last Reward playthrough. We're back literally where we last were. I'm literally doing this after.
Those pods can't cure
thing.
Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine.
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine. I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. What kind of jerk wouldn't?
Okay. We should split up and search.
After some discussion, hang on. Let me see my flow. Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Lana and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover, Vi, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Lana.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. So this is the pressure exchange chamber?
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse? Well, let's head downstairs.
Good
then.
idea.
So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like
Well,
this
this is
here?
just what Alice told me, but
Apparently, the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of the system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Okay.
got it. Hope I don't have to solve anything. We looked everywhere, we couldn't think of it. We could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus. And I'm still here, so the ending's gotta be somewhere. I just gotta find it. Okay. Ugh. So apparently, I'm just doing this series just for the fun of it, I guess. I guess it is kind of fun playing the nonary game again. But this is kind of easier than the other one. A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute, you mentioned it, did you? Back when Dio was asking questions? We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quirk lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no. But
And then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I hear you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay? Promise?
Okay. Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk and listen with rapt attention and complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of International Security, and we were an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like this, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I played the nonary game twice before, right? Well, was after the second time, so about a year ago, we just escaped and we were all stuffed in this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice, she was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as a part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you are in there are the terrorists. It didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to the SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back the way they'd been. My mom got really worried about me and my brother since we gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. And he was in both the last two non-raid games too. So anyway, we'd been grabbed twice, but the people behind the two non-raid games were totally different. That didn't matter. What the? Hang on. Hang on. Resuming. That didn't matter to my mom though. So after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I hang out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day and we decided to leave, like run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe and he composed music. He plays the harp and he started writing this kind of new agey music. It's kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play a little Venus like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of SOIS, where they taken us after the secondary non-raid game. They put us in a room with a dozen of or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar too. I only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first non-raid game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all humanity, not just one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but We need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access morphic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this thing that's called that's kind of like telepathy, which means it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their conscious with another person through this thing called the morphic field. The purpose of the Nonary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Also, had gathered up all kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was gonna try to move on with my life, and now it's some shady government creeps want me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently though, and they told Alice they do it. It wasn't a job after all, and most people would turn down a salary like that. Oh right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you could imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple of days passed and Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first Nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Wasn't that? She asked something that might want to know more about. That got me curious, my brother too. But the country was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second Nonary game. She called him on the phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second Nonary game. Arkin, one of the people behind the second Nonary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. So anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SIS. Oh my god, there's too much. For the next couple of months, all we did was train. Half of the time, it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while and had a lot of techniques that help us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field mission. Mine was infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into the research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphic field to transmit what I found back to my brother, but everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake. I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I've been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got in there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended up in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where the headquarters was. The director decided that September 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time, I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. When you woke up, you were in the warehouse. Thank God I had to read for her. Oh my fucking God, there's too much. Also, that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. It tired me out. I'm tired just reading it. She sighed and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I got a few questions. Well, first off, your powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but yeah.
No response?
If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right? Okay, so who are they?
I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
Alice...
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
But that could mean just about anything.
It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait, you mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying me and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6
Maybe
either.
they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Temioji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious. And what's their motive?
Lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a
I heard
pandemic?
it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean.
Oh, unclean. 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 Unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up! Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean, clean, een.
What? She leapt up and suddenly excited.
Neostigmine!
What?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun complete with the vial of medication. Oh, right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah!
I didn't have any idea what was in it, though, so I gave it to you.
Exactly!
Are you saying you've heard of this neostigmine
Yeah,
stuff before?
that's what I'm saying.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
I'm sorry, I still don't
How
get it.
easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, alright? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Yes. Turbocurine is a poison in our bracelets, right?
It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First, is this over real? Which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
Nice. So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we could just inject ourselves with it if we get penalized?
Yeah, we don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one
Yeah.
person. Well, it's still good news. That means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
Best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey, Clover, wait. Clover. It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Fuck. Damn. I was, I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it went back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Fi, where did Clover go? Fi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly gazed and her body was unnaturally stiff. Ah, Fi. I grabbed the shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers dropping limply from it. She gestured towards the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? My only answer was slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed more like a priority. I turned back around and jogged out the door towards the treatment center. Oh no, it's Fi. Fi's infected with Radical 6. Fuck. This is not good. This is not good at all. treatment center. Oh, fuck me, fuck. Huh? This is weird. Where is everyone? I assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Lana and Temioji were gone too. They'd left Quirk and the readout on his pod. His vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. I made my way out the treatment center. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. It's never good when this is happening. When I cannot find anyone other than Phi. Shit. Oh. Fuck. No, fuck. What the hell? What is going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. And everyone's going to be there. And they're going to be all infected. Fuck. And there it is. I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No, what happened? I felt my whole body convulse from terror or nausea. I couldn't tell. My legs were limp and I crumbled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand and looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... Holy fucking shit. Wait. Temioji. Alice. Clover. Him and her. But the one thing I noticed, Phi is here. Oh, fuck. That means Phi. Oh, fuck. In the middle of the room of the lake of bloods, like an island of flesh, were bodies. They were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Had they sliced them open or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood, too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they used to do it. A scalpel laying in blood next to them. Its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they died. This tiny blade. Oh god, this is it? It's all over? This is how it ends? That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully, to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. Wow. Jeez. That's how they ended that? Oh my god. So, apparently, I guess that was Radical 6 happening? So was it because of the girl that was dead? That's what I'm guessing, kind of. I'm kind of guessing that the woman that was dead got us infected with the virus by being dead, and since the girl was already dead and probably had Radical 9 in her, I guess this is the end. This was a pretty scary ending, and like really weird to end it like this. But I have to say that was a pretty weird ending. I guess it's better than someone killing me. Not being able to see their face like in the first Nonary game. That's kind of how that happened. But this Radical 9, this Radical 6 virus was basically taking over everyone, apparently. Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna end it here. Enjoy the credits while I wait here. So I got the clover end, sorry to leave you there. So that was the clover ending. I kinda got a little bit like got a little lightheaded when I was speaking as her for a while there. Yes, I wish to jump here. Timioji heavy. Make him like that.
So you chose ally, huh? Not
Yeah, whatever.
See,
You Sigma no! Hey, we're about.
Let's go. We should have a look
Fine.
at these. We should have a look at these.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to rock!
Rock! Yeah.
Amberdex game! Round
Yay!
If everybody would please direct.
Ready. Betray ally. Betray ally. Ally. Betray. Great.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelet.
Great. Great.
Sigma. Phi, I'm sorry.
Temioji chose Betray? Why? He chose Ally last time.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. The truth was, I didn't know why I said that earlier. The words had just appeared in my mouth before I knew I was saying them.
Right. Look, I'm sorry. I swear.
See? I told you. A soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Just tell me one thing, Temioji. Why did you do it?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you. Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice? Right. I think that's enough for me. I'm old, and I'm tired. So tired.
Temioji shift off in the same weight I'd seen earlier, sitting heavy on his shoulders. It was only then that I noticed an angry voice nearby.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose Ally, I swear to God. But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the one who chose Betray?
No! I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
Sure, kid. Whatever. The cute and innocent act isn't gonna work.
No!
Fine, you just wait.
Also turned on her heels and stormed off before Quirk could reply, leaving him alone with Dio.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
I moved away silently to let them stare daggers at one another. It seemed that there wasn't the only team facing some friction, however.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose Betray?
Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
The air in the room seemed to turn thick and sour, hanging over us like a broad, angry cloud. It was a grim omen of darker times to come.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Yeah, which is almost, well, this is not almost immediate. I think this is like the door-like thing.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
They're already open.
Right, you are. So, let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
It still hasn't changed. Moon cards. Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they've got suns on them?
Yes, indeedy. Now,
You'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I don't know. As many times as you need to.
It's anybody's guess how long it'll go.
but I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
No.
No.
As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on.
Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where every bunny just keeps going back and forth, winning and losing points. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, round 100, round 2000. Although, I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
Hey, can I ask you
I don't
something?
know. Can you?
There's rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like you have to have 3 people exactly.
Yeah. So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the
Nope.
same?
There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Siggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors, maybe it's not 100% true.
What?
Well,
What do you mean?
you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want.
That's not what you told us.
Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Then explain it now.
Just use the bracelets.
What?
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
So, it's scanning the bracelets then?
Ding, ding,
Yep.
ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are!
But wait, hold on a minute. Do these things even come off?
Oh, yes!
They do indeed.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door in this game. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks all by itself.
What's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, Bio. I think you already know.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do!
Oh, well, it's easy. Nothing to it, really.
You die.
Yep. Yeah, die.
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates, you know what an electro technically. Anyway, your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're old. So, when that signal goes away,
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
Yep.
so there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that. But if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh?
Next round.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain everything?
Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game. There. That's pretty clear, right?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Alas or Siggy. Or Fido. Or maybe Mooney.
Or maybe everyone?
What?
Why?
Yeah, why am I going to die?
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
Oh, great. You mean the needles in our bracelets aren't gonna activate and we will die?
Correct, Siggy.
Full marks.
I get it. Sigma, Phi, Alice, and I only have one BP. If any of us chose Ally and got betrayed, our BP would drop below 0.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
Well,
is there anything else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules.
I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew.
I took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AV game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. Secondary chromatic doors could be opened by any number of people, so long as you had the right bracelets. Bracelets would only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If your BP had 0, the needles and your bracelet would activate, killing you.
Oh, one last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue, and green.
RGB! Woo!
That means that to get
primary
through,
colors.
you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait! You've already got those bracelets! Have a look! The color's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, my color changed. It's magenta now.
Mine's magenta too.
Me too.
Hey, wait, it wasn't just the color that changed.
I'm a solo now.
Looks like Clover and I are still pairs though.
I'm a yellow pair now.
I am yellow as well, but it seems I'm still a pair.
Then who's the yellow solo?
Me.
Still a solo. Looks like I'm cyan.
I'm a cyan pair. Aren't you one too?
Yeah, says pear, and the color's cyan.
When did they change?
Back when the AB gates closed. As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random.
Oh,
No
great.
rules or anything. Now,
Great. Phi doesn't have to deal with me anymore.
with all of that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again.
What?
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore.
No, not you, Zero the
You
Third.
guys are good from here. Right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry? Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies.
What the? You fucking dick.
You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching.
Yeah!
Maybe I'll see you again someday. Have a nice tragedy.
I'm so sad. I'm just kidding.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
That sounds gross. I don't really want to think about that.
So what happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
Yeah, looks like about 42 minutes.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something. If there's a chance Zero missed something.
I concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking. And if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic.
Let's split up. 5 minutes would give us a good half hour. Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open. Any objections?
Nope. And we're done. Also, lots of mumbling. They split up and move off to investigate. I was the only person who stayed behind. Damn. How the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? Try as I might, I could think of anything I'd done that could have landed me in Zero's game. I hadn't pissed anyone off. Yeah. We all know. We all know the story of how you think you ended up here. Yeah, same thing. Christmas, yada yada. Researching. Yeah, a Buddhist friend that didn't believe in Christ apparently, and he's a blah blah blah, whatever. Sorry about all this loud clicking. I'm just trying to get through this as fast as possible because I've already read all this. Hey. Why is this happening to me? Yada yada. Let's go to the lounge. The lounge. Lounge.
Ah, Sigma.
Alright. Here we go.
Another dude. This place is turning into a real sausage fest.
What? What are you telling me for? Oh yeah, you're the first people in here.
Yeah, so?
Well, did you notice
No.
anything?
Although I guess I did notice that the sofa's pretty comfortable.
Okay, how about something more useful?
I'd say that the comfort level of a sofa is pretty useful.
Right.
Dio.
That what? It's a dirt. Can you just look at the...
It appears the covers.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. 6
You mean to...
Hey, cat, did you...
Nothing.
You'd better...
There really... At least there was
A cat? What? So just what the hell? Hey! What?
I think it's about...
I don't... Anyway, I'm a dog.
No.
Okay. So it's a story. Don't tell me. Ooh, fucking...
Fine. Never mind.
Whatever. It's still all the same.
Oh, so this is...
Did any of...
You were... Hey. And? Useless.
What about you? You were one of the...
Should I just skip to where we were?
It looks like
Yeah.
a piece of newspaper.
I'm gonna skip to where...
Then she'd be telling our enemy all our secrets.
Oh,
I can't let that happen.
Sorry. She was talking about me being Zero. Are you an idiot? For one, I'm not Zero. Second, Even if I was, I'd already know everything you're refusing to tell me. There's no reason for you to
I
do
wouldn't
this.
say that. Maybe there's something we know that Zero Senior doesn't.
And that would
Are
be...
you deaf? I said we're not telling you. Let's go, Clover. There's one more room we haven't visited.
Oh, okay, coming.
Hey, hold on
Goodbye.
a minute. The only word that appropriately describes how they left the room would be stalked. I could have followed them, sure, but it was clear I wouldn't be getting any more information out of Alice or Clover. Damn it. I kicked one of the lockers angrily, but it only railed back at me. A different room, where to go? There was only one place left, the infirmary. And it's time for the realization that Quirk has Radical 6, or is it different this time?
Sigma, huh? What do you want?
Want to come by to check on you.
I thought maybe you were here to kill me.
Why would I do
Because
that?
I betrayed you in the last AB game. I'm the reason you and Fi are down to 1 BP.
Yeah, but that's hardly a reason to kill you. It was clear that conversation wasn't going anywhere. Shut my mouth and looked around the room. So, is it just
This
you
side of the
here?
divider, yeah.
This side?
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? Yeah, you've been acting kind of weird ever since we found her. Why is that?
What, isn't that normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't get a... what ain't normal is all of you just... Hell, some of you probably don't even remember...
It's just because we've got a lot of other stuff to think about.
Oh, just trying to survive. Then don't you think we ought to figure out who... You don't think much. I'll bet you a pound of neodymium. The bastard who grabbed us is the same bastard who killed her. Who else could it be?
If Zero is one of us, then you're saying one of us murdered the old lady. You saw it too, right? The person with the gas mask.
Not really. The gas made pretty short work. Me and...
What? You and Quirk were grabbed together?
Yeah.
Is he your
what if he is?
grandson?
Why do you want to know? That doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here.
But what if it does? Maybe it'll shed some
I'm
light
pretty sure
on
it won't.
something else.
Quark's got nothing to do with this.
So it's gotta do something with you.
What is it, goddammit? What do you want? Why don't you just leave me alone?
Because you're suspicious.
What? There's nothing suspicious about me.
Alright, then tell me this. When and where did Zero
Forgive me
go?
if I don't feel like spilling my guts to a guy who...
Alright, fine. I'll just ask Quirk.
Hey,
Quirk?
stop it. Quark, don't tell him it...
Quirk!
Move! Quark, what's wrong? Say something!
Is he breathing?
He's breathing. I
He
don't
just
know.
passed out.
Look, that doesn't matter. Just go find that girl. Look, she said she was a doc. Quark needs a...
Hang on, I'll be right back. Whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scans words to their lip, and Quirk she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
Oh, my stomach lurched, don't tell me.
He's been infected with...
Again with Radical 6. Alright. We all know where this is going. Yeah, it's the same thing. Blah, blah, blah. Same. Yeah, yada. How do we want to
I think
pair
the
up?
people who have the greatest disadvantage should get to choose.
What do you
The
mean?
people who have 1 BP.
So you, Phi, Luna, and Sigma?
Yes, exactly.
All right then. Who do you want to go with, Alice?
Anyone but Dio. I'd rather die than get paired up with that prick. Just anyone but him.
Damn. That's a lot of hate.
What did you expect? You betrayed me.
Hey, I told you already. That was Quark.
I don't believe you.
What? You're telling me you trust him more than me?
Alright.
Anybody other than Dio could mean Quark, you know. You willing to pair up with him?
He's asleep. I don't really think I need to worry about him voting.
Damn it. Alright.
All right, bye.
Playing too
Who
hard.
do you want to go with?
Anyone other than Tenmyoji is fine. My reasoning is the same as Alice's. He betrayed me last time.
I guess that's fair.
If we want to honor Alice and Phi's requests, then we can go with any option besides C. So, A or B?
Oh, hold on. We've got 2 other people with 1 BP. How about you, Luna?
I don't really have a preference. Clover and Kay did betray me last time, but
They're both pairs now, though. And since you're a pair, there's no way you'd end up going through the same doors
yeah.
All right then, Sigma. What about you?
then. Let's see. Clover and I were a pair. That meant that I had to choose one of the 3 solos. If I go through the green door with Quirk, I'm gonna go down the same path I went down and get the Quirk ending. If I go through the red door with Dio, I'll be fine. Or go through the blue door. Well, let me save here. Alright, return. Let's go through the green door. So option
I
C.
don't think so. Were you even listening?
I'm not gonna pair. That means option C.
I agree. Option C is a no. You'll have to kill me before I'll go.
Was that then? I might have been arguing down one person, but 2. Besides, there were no way overpower K. Where Quirk and force Clover through the green door. Fine. Guys are that determined, I'll pick another door. Blue or red? Well. There we are. So let's go through with Tenmyoji. I'll take Tenmyoji, so we'll go through the blue door.
Me? But I picked Betray last time.
Exactly. So I'll just make you pick Ally this time. Well, I guess I should say you won't have a
Is that
choice.
so? Mind telling me how you'll do that?
Heh. I'd love to, but we don't really have time. Ask me again later, okay?
Fine. You're on.
So we're doing option A. That means Luna, Dio, and I will go through the green door.
Which leaves the red door for Quark, Kay, and me.
Any objections? Good. Let's go.
Listen, take care of Quark, all right?
You needn't worry.
I'll watch out for him.
10 seconds remain until...
Hurry up, you guys. The door's closing.
Right.
I'm going.
Seconds spare, we dash through the blue door.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Three doors. Which one should we
That
take?
seems like kind of a silly question. I mean, they're all locked, aren't they? How can we go through any of them if they're locked?
Well, this thing here's got a lever on it. Maybe that does something.
Why don't you pull it and find out?
Right.
Hey, look. Looks like it opened. Like one of them opened.
But only one. Why's that?
They're probably telling us we should go that way.
Might as well then. PEC. So this is the exit, huh? Nothing. Locked tight. Won't even budge. So what the hell is this
The
place?
door said PEC. Guessing it's not for working out, though.
Looks like it's probably an acronym or abbreviation or something, but for what? Prepared emergency chocolate private escalade commode.
Oh, wait a sec. There's a manual here. I think it explains what this room is for.
What's
Hold
it say?
on. This facility is pressurized, maintaining much higher air pressure than the surrounding environment. Airborne viral contagion.
Quiet. Keep reading, Clover.
Oh, right. Airborne viral contagions have necessitated this step, which is intended to prevent contamination of the installation.
Well, yes. Alright. So, that's all I literally had time for. So, if you liked it, leave a like and comment down below. Subscribe if you want more. But until next time, this is Monster Gamer, saying to you all to be the best. And this is Monster Gamer, signing out. Signing off. Oh, peace! I messed up. Alright, I'll see ya. Sorry this was all sudden, but bye.